It was a time of great darkness and uncertainty. The year was 1940, and France had fallen to the relentless advance of the enemy. The Battle of Britain still raged in the skies above the southern counties, as the autumn light gradually faded, leaving the nation in the shadow of impending doom. A few weeks prior, the Blitz had begun, unleashing a relentless rain of fire and destruction from the heavens. The sound of air raid sirens had become an all-too-familiar soundtrack, and long queues of child refugees could be seen forming at train stations. The looming threat of invasion hung over the land, casting a pall of fear and anxiety. It was during this pivotal moment that a remarkable decision was made. A 14-year-old Princess Elizabeth was called upon to address the nation, and in particular, its children. Many of these young souls were being sent to safety in the countryside, far away from their homes and families, in a desperate bid to shield them from the horrors of war. The setting for this momentous occasion was the drawing room of Windsor Castle, and it was to be broadcast as part of the BBC's Children's Hour. For the young Princess Elizabeth, this marked her first appearance on the radio and her very first public statement. Standing by her side was her 10-year-old sister, Margaret Rose. In her gentle and empathetic tone, Princess Elizabeth spoke to the children of the nation, saying, "Thousands of you in this country have had to leave your homes and be separated from your fathers and mothers. My sister Margaret Rose and I feel so much for you, as we know from experience what it means to be away from those you love most of all." She extended a message of true sympathy to those living in new and unfamiliar surroundings, and expressed gratitude to the kind-hearted people who had opened their homes to these displaced children in the countryside. It's worth noting that the two princesses themselves had been moved to safety from Buckingham Palace, their residence since 1937, and relocated to Windsor Castle, situated 20 miles away. In a time of great turmoil, their mother, the Queen Mother, had defied the government's urging to evacuate to Canada with her daughters. She adamantly declared, "The children won't go without me. I won't leave without the king, and the king will never leave." This was a period that Prime Minister Winston Churchill would later describe as our darkest hour. In the midst of this dire moment, Churchill turned to the young Elizabeth, the future queen, to help boost national morale, and most importantly, to address the heart-wrenching situation of children separated from their families. Throughout the course of the war, over 2 million children were sent to the countryside in a program the military aptly named Operation Pied Piper. Princess Elizabeth's speech marked the beginning of a regular series of features aimed at providing support and comfort to these child evacuees. In closing her heartfelt broadcast, Princess Elizabeth introduced her younger sister, saying, "My sister is by my side, and we are both going to say goodnight to you. Come on, Margaret." Margaret joined in, bidding, "Good night, children," before Elizabeth concluded, "Good night, and good luck to you all." The speech was deemed a resounding success, and it laid the foundation for continued efforts to uplift the spirits of the young evacuees. King George VI, initially hesitant to put his daughter on the airwaves, was overjoyed with the results. Almost 8 decades later, in April 2020, Queen Elizabeth II delivered another poignant address to the nation, recalling that first broadcast. She noted that the COVID-19 pandemic had brought about a similar sense of separation, echoing the emotions felt during the war. "We, as children, spoke from here at Windsor to children who had been evacuated from their homes and sent away for their own safety," the Queen reflected. Today, once again, many will feel a painful sense of separation from their loved ones. But now as then, we know deep down that it is the right thing to do. In this remarkable echo across the decades, the enduring message of empathy and unity in times of adversity shines through. Dear friend, if you like everything new about the royal family and don't want to miss all the novelties, subscribe to our channel and like it. By doing so, you take part in our development. We work for you.